Well, first off, Merry Christmas to whoever's watching this. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, at least you can celebrate this story that I'm about to tell because it's the essence of what this spiritual holiday is about. And it doesn't matter if you're a Christian or not. Back a number of years ago, when my son first started off working for the Highway Patrol in California, he asked me what I wanted for Christmas. He was at ends of what to buy me. And I said, don't buy me anything. I don't need anything. I've got you. I love you. I got family. There's nothing I need materially. But if you really want to do something special for me, do a good deed to someone. And then wrap that up and tell me about it on Christmas. Because that would be something special. So look for opportunities. Well, it turns out Christmas morning, it was rainy, it was cold. He's working on Highway 101, just north of San Francisco, just north of the Golden Gate Bridge. And he's driving along and he sees this young man, about his age, actually turned out to be exactly his age, standing on the side of the road in a dangerous area. You're not allowed to just be walking down the freeways in California. So he pulls over, and it's Christmas morning. He doesn't want to hassle this guy, and he sees the guy's all cold and wet from the rain, and he sees that he's dirty and grubby. His fingernails are all filthy, and his clothes are smelly, and he hasn't been warm and comfortable in a long time. And he talks to him, tells him to get off the freeway, get in the back of his vehicle. So he's in the back of the police car, and he starts talking to him and asking him questions. And he asks the dispatcher to run any information on the guy, if he's got any warrants or anything. It comes back, the guy's on parole, and he's been out of jail a couple of months, and he's been living apparently on the side of the road, under overpasses and wherever he could scrounge a place to live. Had no job, had no income, had nothing. So my son's listening to this, and he's feeling really kind of bad for this guy, and he pulls off the road, and he was going to get ready just to let him off and tell him to stay off the freeway and be on his way. And then he's looking at the rest of the report that he got from the dispatcher, and it had listed an address. There was an address. When he went to jail, there was an address listed. And the address was in Mill Valley, and in a very exclusive neighborhood. And it was only less than half a mile or so away. So he goes, hop back in the car. He goes, I'm going to take you to this address. And the guy goes, oh, no, that's my parents' address. They haven't seen me in over 4 years. He says, last time they saw me, I was in trouble. I was doing things. I don't know if they're even going to accept me back. I haven't talked to them in 4 years, so they have no idea where I've been. They don't even know I've been in jail. So my son's listening to this, and he also knows that there are rules and regulations as well. You just don't drive a guy to somebody's house and drop him off. And he's definitely not following procedures. He's going out of his way to give this guy a taxi ride. And he's also going to be knocking on somebody's door, and he doesn't know the reception he's going to get. Maybe these people don't want to see him, or maybe they do. But it's Christmas Day. It's Christmas Day, and he knows that nobody should be left homeless and cold and wet when their parents got this beautiful house just a short distance away from where he was staying. Just didn't seem right. So he pulls up in front of the house. He leaves the guy in the back seat, and he says, wait here. Goes up and knocks on the door. The father opens the door, sees my son in a uniform and doesn't know what's going on. So my son explains to him. And the guy gets all teary-eyed. And then he calls for his wife, and his wife comes. They're both standing there, and they're both looking at the car with their son sitting in the back seat. And I tell my son, for 4 years we have no idea if our son was alive or dead. We had no idea if he was cold, wet, being taken care of. We have no idea what was up to. We want nothing for Christmas. We just wanted our son back. We've been praying and praying and praying that we'd find out something about our son. And now you've delivered it to us. It's a miracle on Christmas. It's a beautiful thing. So my son felt pretty good. He went back and he opened the door to the squad car and told the young man to go. His parents were waiting for him, and the kid just kind of slowly walked. He wasn't sure what kind of reception he was going to get. My son stood by the car watching, and when he got there, both parents reached out and grabbed him and hugged him and kissed him. and everybody was cheerful. My son got back into his vehicle, started the engine up, and said, "Okay, Dad, now I got you a Christmas gift. I'll send you the story." And he did. Now it's just about the prodigal son returning home, which is probably one of the oldest stories in the world. But there's a real lesson of humanity there, and compassion and love. And also the value of praying. These parents prayed that their son would return home to them. Prayed they'd find out something. And on Christmas Day, their prayers were answered.